Welcome back to the channel. Nice day outside to talk, not too hot. Got my Trader Joe's pineapple juice here. Sparkling, get the juices flowing. Today's topic is based on mental health. Something that I struggle with a lot, and lately it's becoming pretty overwhelming at times, which sucks. It's about anxiety. I think ever since I was like a little kid, I would deal with anxious thoughts and it would kind of dictate my actions. And I went to therapy in 2020 regarding this, and I thought I had a grip on this. I was reading self-help books and stuff and trying to get a better understanding of my mind. But lately, it's been like an overdrive. I was kind of feeling like a miserable wreck, to be honest, and starting to really dislike having this. I know there's ways to like cope with it, but lately I hate it. It sucks. It is so hard to describe to someone that doesn't have like some sort of anxiety disorder. I remember I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, and it's just like worrying about crap in general. And especially with like big, important life decisions like moving out, moving out of state, switching jobs, going for like your passion and sacrificing comfort. When anxiety is involved, it makes your mind like a personal hell. And I despise that. And it makes me sad too, because I don't want to lose this fight, but lately I feel like I've been getting killed in a landslide. And it sucks. I sometimes don't feel like I'm my authentic self. Sometimes I feel like I can't really express myself in ways that I want to, authentically. I try to. I think that's my MO, is just trying to be genuine and honest with what's going on with me or my life. Because life really is short, and I don't know what's next. And sometimes I really struggle with that. Some days I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I don't know anything. But these last couple of days over the 4th of July weekend, I was just like messed up. I was super emotional, like just crying, like at the thoughts of me, like thinking about what my life might be in a couple of months. I'm 26, and it is a struggle for sure. I bet people can relate with that. It's weird because from the outside looking in, people are like, oh, just be confident. Like, think you're this. But then from an anxious mind point of view, you're just having all these thoughts flying into your brain, and they're super loud and you cannot turn them out. I read The Power of Now, which is like this book that talks about spirituality and being present. And I think I've reread that book two times, trying to do three. And some of the concepts are really interesting, but most of the time in practice, it is really hard for me to retain those concepts, because maybe my mind identification and my ego are so strong to being like this nervous person or just anxious all the time that even in social settings, I can't function or go out to feeling confident. With girls, it's hard for me to really. I've had experiences with them and like dating and so forth, but sometimes I just feel like I'm putting on an act or trying to be someone that I'm not, and that's not a great feeling to have in one's life. I'm hoping to change that. I think with these videos lately, it kind of puts up like a personal diary of how I'm feeling at the moment, because as I get older, I'm gonna have to start making decisions for myself and what's best for me. And I know the idea of me just like having a partner and a family and making all these huge decisions just stresses me the hell out. And it's sad because that's something in the future that may or may not happen. Yet in the moment when I'm thinking of these things, it feels like a spiral, and it is the most frustrating feeling in the world. I absolutely despise it because it's like, why couldn't I be born without this thing? And then if people do have this thing, being anxiety, how are they able to cope with it? How are they able to push aside those feelings and still do stuff? It's not to say that I'm always failing at this, but I found lately it's like 9 times out of 10 I let those anxious thoughts win. It really is hellish. Like, it is not really a happy thing to deal with, to be honest. And I've been struggling lately with the idea of what my life will look like once I'm on my own. I don't know if I could hold it together, or if I have a breakdown, or if life would be too rough. Up to here, I had anxiety in college whenever I had to present, or like classes or big projects, but I found a way to go through them. But now that it's post-school, it's a lot tougher. You don't really have a roadmap to this life stuff, like most people. And I feel like anxiety just puts on like S-tier level of difficulty. I'm like, what the hell? This is really freaking hard. So, trying to be more honest with myself lately and figuring out some ways just to handle this better, because I think lately I'm really identified with what I think, and it is really hard for me to be present the last couple of days. In my personal life, I was trying to move out, and when I was in the process, one day I was like, this is really fun, I like applying, and then like a couple days later, it was entirely different. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to do this, this, and this when I move out. I'm gonna have to change my name on all my bank statements, credit cards. I'm gonna have to be more self-sufficient. I'm gonna have to do all these things. And with the economy and just how job market is and everything, it just kind of adds all onto that stress and makes me more anxious and not really believing in myself or feeling I can be self-actualized in the world. I think the most frustrating part is I see people that are around my age in my own friend group that don't have this problem, and I feel really alone, and it sucks. My friends tell me that, I'm not alone, which is nice, but I don't know if they can truly understand me 100%. I don't know if you can really truly understand someone 100%. I guess that's where empathy comes in, but lately it's like I don't see these kind of behaviors from my friends, and I feel kind of like alienated or weird at 26. Like I should be going out more, being more social, and da 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 da. I guess societal pressures that I kind of put on myself, but yeah, I'm feeling kind of glum lately, and it's not a fun feeling because I had a good streak for about a year where I was like, all right, I could do this life stuff, but lately it just feels like the world's on my shoulders, especially with work too. It's been very busy lately, and the job I do, it's all right. I don't hate it, but I don't know. It's not like what I want to do forever. And once you kind of have that feeling in place of what you don't want to do, you start trying to find answers of what you do want to do, and that alone is very hard to figure out. I feel like there's a bunch of YouTube videos of people like searching up topics that, finding your purpose. I feel like that the word purpose is scary to me too. Like, okay, I guess I'll find it someday if I have faith in myself. But when someone asks you that question, you're like, what do you want to do? What's your dream job? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know yet. Still figuring that out. And wanted to make this video out there to be like, yeah, if you do resonate with this or share these thoughts, it'd be nice to have like a open forum, because I'm tired of these feelings, and I feel no amount of self-help books and concepts that I've already read may add to my perspective. I may have to reinvent the wheel and figure out some new strategies to where I could cope with this better. But I'm just really frustrated with myself lately, and I want to do better. So it'll be a journey for sure. So thanks for watching.